What's up, everybody? It is Tuesday, which means another edition of Agree to Disagree Talk. Baby, this is our 10th consecutive episode. Man.
Yeah, what's up, y'all?
What's up, everybody? It is
Oh
Tuesday, which
shit.
means another edition. Is that your volume? Okay.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Y'all know I mess up with these cameras every week, so
We got cameras
excuse.
going on and we got all kind of stuff, but thank you for tuning in. This is episode number 10. Wow. Been quick. I'm really grateful. But episode number 10, we're dedicating this Lord have mercy. This episode is called Hot Seat and Hot Topics. And in honor of our 10th episode, we are putting Mr. Jake Johnson in the hot seat. Dun dun dun. So Jake has admitted and allowed himself to answer questions from our viewers, both his followers as well as mine. So if you have those questions, if you haven't had a chance as of yet, go ahead and submit those questions on either our Instagram or our Facebook. Call us in with a text or call us. But yeah, let's get things started. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 10th episode of Agree to Disagree Talk. I am your host, Armand Anderson Bell.
Yo, and I'm your other host, Charles Jake Johnson. To capitalize off what he said real quick, if you're watching from Facebook Live, the best way to submit your questions if you're not going to call in is to just put them in the comments, and then I'll hit them right there.
We got producer Paul with the God voice on the side. We got Lay over here giving that information. So as we do with every episode, we're going to give you our disclaimer because, again, people getting their feelings, and that's what we don't have time for. With that being said, Agree to Disagree Talk. This show is geared towards the educating, empowering, and implementation of voices, thoughts, and points of views from whom by society and sometimes self-standards, way of thinking are oftentimes misheard, misunderstood, and badly misrepresented. By no means does this show wish to offend anyone outside the black male perspective, nor speak for anyone but the host, myself and Mr. Jake Johnson, and our guests, which we soon will have. We wish to raise attention and awareness of this through our controversial topics of discussion. We are attempting to change perceptions from an us versus them and a me against the world attitude to levels of self awareness, self evolution, and self accountability in the hopes of making it a better world and place for us all to live in. Ladies and gentlemen, episode 10, Agree to Disagree Talk, is on the docket. Hot topics and hot seat, Mr. Jake Johnson.
Yeah. So what we doing? I don't think we're doing that first. So y'all got time to submit your
Yeah.
questions. Don't make me fly back to Michigan and bust nobody up. But y'all got time to submit your questions, and we're gonna hit a couple other things that I'm just now seeing.
Yes.
All right.
So, as we do with every episode, we're going to check in. Mr. Jake Johnson, since we've last seen each other in person but talked to each other, how has your week been?
It's been a week flying back and forth from Dallas. I think I done messed around and got sick. So I've been trying to battle this little cold all week and whatnot. So that's I got to fly back out tomorrow. So I've been dealing with this and whatnot. So my week has just been, a lot of herbs and a lot of taking care of myself. A lot of that this week. So, yeah. About yourself, brother, how was your week?
My week was good. On Sunday, it commemorated World AIDS Day, which is celebrated all across the world. It's a very time of reflection for all people. And I was able to attend a concert put on by AIDS Healthcare Foundation. My God, it was at the Wilshire Ebell. The headliner was Mr. Billy Porter himself, who I was sitting like a few rows in front of. I got to see the opening act was somebody who I've known for a while, Miss Chalet. She's a local girl here. She's you've probably seen her videos doing a Beyonce impersonation and dance. She shut it down. I was really proud. And ironically, I ran into her again today, and I had to stop her and tell her how proud I was because I've known her for quite some time and just her evolution as an artist. I mean, this heifer put on a whole Beyonce concert as if she was Beyonce. That heifer made me tired just looking at the shit. So I was just like, congratulations, dear. Continue to do what you do. people always seem to have a knack to want to remind you who you were and where you've been. And when you evolve as a person, it gets kind of tough. So I was able to, give her a little word of encouragement as well as speak to myself. But the shutdown of all shutdowns, Miss Faith Evans, she
Oh
was
yeah.
so cute and beautiful and talented. She allowed the people to come up on the stage
Yeah, yeah.
and get there with her, and it was such an honor. Again, World AIDS Day commemorates all the things that we do in the world of HIV and AIDS. It's not just a gay thing. It's over 20 years. We need to stop with discrimination. So there was a hashtag done by my friend DeMarco Majors, and it simply says World AIDS Day. Together we struggle, together we strive, together we succeed. And it's very important that we get that information out there. It's not what it used to be. So don't want to talk about that too much, but yes. So that's what I did this week.
AIDS provided by the government. But yeah, Faith Evans, yo, she can really sing live. You know,
Oh my God.
at the BET Soul Train Awards last year in Vegas, she performed all her hits. Her, Mary J, Erica Badu, they performed all their hits, and man, Faith got a voice and
Right.
real. She don't need no studio.
Right.
She don't need no studio.
And you would think after all the black and miles she done been through, and oh man, Stevie J was there. And, I said he was in the corner, and yeah, you know, Stevie, but it was a really good concert, and it was free. The AIDS Healthcare Foundation put on concerts all over the city. Man, the major one they had, I think, in Dallas was Diana Ross and Kiki White. They had concerts in New York, all over the place. So it was a really good time, again, to be reminded of the struggle, the things that we go through. Me personally, something I don't take for granted, but as an HIV negative man, I've worked in the HIV field for over 15 years. I've never personally had to pay for a condom. I've always been associated with organizations who have access to free condoms and doing the work. We used to go to Nickerson Garden and Jordan Down. We used to teach classes to the young ladies and not realizing like condoms is a box of condoms is like what, 20 something dollars?
Hell no, man.
How much is it? I don't know.
In Michigan, it's 3 something. Out here, it's 5 something
For a box?
for a 3 pack of condoms. Yeah.
Oh, see, again, I can honestly say in my whole life of sexual activities, I've never paid for, I've never had to go into a Walgreens, Rite Aid, or whatever, because I've always been associated with organizations, but I never lost the fact that there are other communities, heterosexual communities, who don't have that opportunity. So it's really a blessing. That's what I did this week.
All right. All right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, can give them that number, Jake.
Y'all know it, call in 323-577-7630, 323-577-7630. Call in if you want to submit your questions. Ask me what you want. Like I said, don't make me fly to Michigan and bust you up. But you can ask me your questions
Or
and
you ain't
whatnot.
got, my folks got questions for you too. And as I said, we're going to keep it respectable, so I'm excited.
Shut up, Chelsea.
Before we get, and also we just passed Thanksgiving. So there are some people who celebrated, some people who don't, family, friends, or whatever. But we didn't get a chance to talk about it last week. But I'm pretty much thankful for you, Jake, for stepping up and helping me with this show. Again, we've had conversations. This is something that I really wanted to do, and it's a spiritual message. It's something I prayed for, and just to sit back and see the love that we get from different people. When I tell them what our show is about, and just having Jason call in last week or talk was really a testament to the work we do. So I just want to say thank you.
No problem,
Number
bro.
10. This is crazy.
No problem, no problem, Shoot, 10 times we at it again, I'm thankful for you, brother. You know that. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate you asking me to do this. Hell, like I told you before, I wanted to start a podcast anyway, but I didn't know, how to get it started. It wasn't gonna be nothing like this, but but it's going good, So we got 10 weeks in. Let's keep it going for another, however long it takes for us to
Oh yeah.
go to the next level. So let's hit these topics, man. Enough for this blibber blabber bull. Let's do it, man.
I'm
What's up?
excited.
So we can get to these questions.
Yeah, get to these because I have questions. People, please submit your questions. The show is only as good as your feedback. A lot of people like to sit back and make comments and questions, but if you're not submitting, then we're going to talk about what we're going to talk about. So,
Don't judge me because I'm drinking sparkling cider, y'all. I'm not drinking no alcohol that's gonna lower my immune system after I just told y'all I'm trying to get over this cold.
I'm not Jake Baby. So, this is what's on my cup tonight. It's something I got. It's called Marmalade Moscato, California. It's lovely so far. So far, she gets a 10. Questions? We had any questions out there?
Here go
Not
one
yet.
question. I don't know if it's so. Desi said, "What's the one dish from Thanksgiving you get reserved for?" Can y'all hear me? What's the one dish from Thanksgiving you get reserved? I mean, I ain't never heard that word a day in my life. Have you ever heard this word?
Revved mean like excited, revved up.
Desi, man, I love you, bro. Just say excited, bro. I get excited about cranberry sauce. I thought it said reserve. I was reading. I like cranberry sauce. Why cranberry sauce? You can eat that every day of the week, every day of the year. Well, I only eat it 2 times a year, Thanksgiving and Christmas. And if this little gnat get in my sparkling,
Right.
you see
I
that?
thought it was, I cut it out the corner of my eye. I was like, now, are you talking about the cranberry sauce straight out the can or is it doctored up?
Nope, straight out the can. You just slice them joints into circles and then you eat them joints.
Okay, see. I'm going to give you a little history. My family, my great grandmother, rest her soul.
Hey, hey, by the way, I am not too proud. If I ain't never seen the word before, I'ma say I ain't never seen that word before. I ain't never heard that word before. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
Yeah, I was just going to say, isn't there something that you have to say to me this week? That you, yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I ain't saying this to them. I
Why
said it to
not?
you because
No, you need,
yo, all right, look, y'all know. So before we started this podcast, let me put this out there because I'ma humble myself. So before we started this podcast, one thing I told Armand is, well, Armand said, Jake, just let me, I just want you to know, I'm long-winded. I talk too long. I'm long-winded. I'm like, oh, that's perfect because I got a problem cutting people off. So that works perfectly fine. I'll cut you off in a minute. But I looked at the podcast from last week, and then also got some
feedback.
feedback from some of the viewers, and I cut him off way too much. So I'm gonna try to sit back, before we do the hot seat. I'm gonna try to sit back and let him say what he got to say. Hopefully he don't speak too long, but I'm sorry for cutting you off, my brother, my
Well,
brother,
thank you.
my
Your
bad, bro.
apology.
I called you on my way to Vegas. Like,
You
yo, let me
did.
call my brother, man. Let me just apologize to my bro, cause I for sure because I cut him off too many times, and it's a bad habit. If y'all know me, then y'all know I do it to y'all too. If we going back and forth, if we talking about something, it's just my passion. I get excited or whatever. I ain't trying to be rude. I'm just excited. So I'll just be like, yo, boom, let me say what I got to say, or else I'm gonna forget. So I'm gonna be cool today.
Thank you. Can you read that right there? Thank you. Shalise? Is that Shalise?
She says, yeah. She says, I'm thankful for him too. She says, I'm thankful for him too, and both of you all for making my Tuesday nights.
Oh, bless your heart.
No
Sweet.
problem, no
Thank
problem.
you. But what I was saying was I'm spoiled because I've not known cranberry sauce straight out the can. We don't do that in my family. My grandmother had this recipe where she would take the cranberry sauce out of the can and mix it in a bundt cake pan. So it was like a ring mold with cranberry jello. And inside that, there would be green grapes and cherries. So it had like a fruity flavor, but it never was that horrible ass shit that with the little rings inside of it that you just put straight out the can. So I've always had a different idea of what cranberry sauce was for Thanksgiving.
Is your grandmother white?
No, my great grandmother is not white.
Oh, sound like some white shit.
No, it does not.
Oh, okay.
She is. She was. Yes, my great grandmother does have white and Native American in her. She was adopted, but yeah, but it was something that did in our family. Like my great grandmother, I miss her so dearly. She was 98 when she passed a few years ago. But yeah, I never knew what regular cranberry sauce out the can was because we had something different.
Okay,
What's going
Desi,
on?
he's stupid, bro. I'm not even about to answer that,
What?
bro. He's being silly
Okay.
because I don't be smiling in my pictures. I really ain't smiling out with these braces on, so.
Right. The whole conversation we had on your way there was just you again, we're both learning each other. So it's a lot that we're learning, the things that I do, that he do, to the point now it's just like, Okay, like he got me on my haircut game now. I have to get my haircut. Thanks. Shout out to Precise Barber College down the street from me. They do wonderful work. Get my line up because I said, wait a minute, Jake ain't gonna be coming through every week and trying to outshow me. There's only so much I can do as Armand, but baby, when I come in as Imani, it's gonna be over. But thank you, Jake, for keeping me up on my haircut game. But yeah, so we be sitting there. I'm in the chair, he in the chair. So we give y'all fresh haircuts every week. If we don't do nothing, we get you a fresh haircut.
Lawrence, what's up? Oh, yo, let me give a quick shout out to my boy Jeff Atkins, man. My homeboy I went to school with, white boy, but he a brother at heart. You know what I'm saying? I want to give him a quick shout out, man. Jeffrey Atkins, that's my dog, that's my homeboy for life, man. Just wanted to do that real quick. What's up, Cuzzo? What's up, Lawrence?
Again, everyone submit your questions, please. Area code 323-577-7630.
She gonna got.
Oh,
She swears she funny, dog.
oh, not hit, bro.
She swears she funny.
Oh, when you in the car thinking you Jodeci.
Get out of here, man. Bethan, what's up, Bethan? Miss
But
you too.
submit those questions, comments on both our Facebook or Instagram. Call in 323-577-7630. So let's start off with some hot topics. Y'all love when we talk about hot topics. I didn't want this show to be a hot topic show, but we gonna do it for the people, give y'all a little bit of what y'all like. You guys like to hear us debate as adults do. So the first hot topic, why don't you pick one from the list, Jay?
Shit, I didn't know we was doing none of these, so I didn't
Well,
I didn't even look this
when I
up.
asked you, Jake, I asked you, is there anything you want to talk about? And you don't have,
I said no, but
Right.
you ain't informed me on none of this.
are you familiar with any of these?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I saw the little Billy D. Williams thing. You know how he identifies, what he identifies as. But
Yeah. And if you follow my Facebook page, give me a second. Because some people love to make comments, silly comments, and I get it. I'm used to that person because they just don't make gay jokes. They make jokes in general. So I'm cool, but some things are a little bit too detrimental. And so somebody was saying that, after Billy D. Williams came out saying that he was gender fluid, he was like, I know for sure that man is hitting his ankles.
what? Well, first off, what does that mean to be gender fluid? Because
So if you look at the article, if you didn't, well, what Billy D. Williams was saying is that he's saying what has been said for a lot of men in the 70s and the 80s, that what we define now as masculinity is not what they did. So you had men wearing perms. You had men what they would used to call the pretty boy or things like that, or that they're in touch with their feminine side, not saying that they're same-sex attracted or willing to have sex with another person. It just means that they're taking off the level and the limits of what it means to be a man, and they're okay with saying, yes, I have feminine tendencies. So he did an interview where he talked about that, saying, Billy D. Williams, if you don't know Billy D. Williams, you better ask your mama and your grandmama. If you don't know Billy D. Williams, look up Coke 45 beer. Billy D. Williams was that man. To this day, he's still that man. He can get it from pretty much any man or woman. But he went on to say that he's okay with himself to say that he's gender fluid, where he has feminine tendencies. And of course, the internet and some people went up in an uproar saying that he was gay. They took it out of content. And I just had to go off on, if you get a chance, go on my Facebook page, on ignorant ass sounding heterosexual men and women. And I'm tired of anytime something comes up, it's always a limit. First, y'all was pressed about Malik Yoba saying he was trans attracted. Before that, y'all talked about Tank. Before, it's always something. Now y'all on Dwayne Wade's son and his nails. But y'all not looking in your own house. Your shit's dirty. Your own self-image is horrible. And my thing is, it has to stop. Like, why are y'all so pressed with a person and how they identify or the way they express themselves? Because at the end of the day, it ain't putting money in your pocket. It is not taking money out of your pocket. Why? And it's sad because it's my own people. And I've learned a saying that I have to use a lot, that all skin ain't kin. Meaning just because we black on the outside does not mean we think the same or we have the same values. And it's just always folks being really pressed about what another person does. And like the person who had the comment about it, I see them. And I try not to read them too bad because they're not a friend of mine per se. They're an associate of a friend. But they always got something slick to say on their page. And I appreciate people and the comments that they make. But bruh, just because you got muscles don't mean you that man. Just let's take a step back and look at your lifestyle or the things that you talk about. And anytime you can have the audacity to judge another person on their expression, something ain't right in your house. That's all I'm saying. They can fight me if they want to, whatever the case may be. But I'm tired of people getting slick at the lips when they talk about issues of expression and identity. I said what I had to say. Questions, comments?
Would you like to read that question?
Which one, on mine or yours?
Or we're not? Well, we're not doing Jake Hot Seat yet, so we can go back to it, right?
Okay.
That's
I
one.
got it. I got that one. I'll keep.
All right.
Somebody said every time you mentioned Billy D in my family home, we had to turn the AC back on. Right, because Billy D is a bad man, regardless, and his characteristics. It was just smooth. It wasn't defined as, oh, this is gay, this is straight. I mean, you look at the '70s and the '80s, and people like Prince, who was always questioned about his sexuality and identity.
Prince was a straight man, y'all.
I
He
wouldn't
wasn't bi. He was straight.
Okay.
I got proof from his almost wife and his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
And that's what I'm living with.
That's
So I'm not letting nobody make me feel nothing different. Prince was a straight man. He liked the same thing that I like. A vagina. Please proceed.
Give me a second, because if I roll my eyes a little anymore, I would go into a seizure. So just give me a second to process your statement. But anyway, as that person was saying, yes, Billy D is a smooth operator. And what he did may not be defined as what this toxic masculinity we have now, or because he wasn't, I mean, Billy D can pull whatever he wanted to. And again, him identifying and putting a name to it in 2019 is no different than the men in the music groups of the '70s wearing bell bottoms, tight as I don't know what, or things like that. We didn't have that whole, oh, this is straight, this is gay. It just what it was. It was fashionable. People of color are fashionable. If now it does have a name of gender fluid. If you're okay, I mean, what is wearing a perm? Oh, but that's not seen as gay.
Why would that be seen as gay?
It
Why
it
is
can be. It's not.
No, hell no. I've never heard not a single straight male or woman say that wearing a perm is seen as gay, is seen as feminine, is the mass. We have a question.
I agree with Jake because,
You said you agree with Jake?
yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. The car out there. So
Well, write it down because you
Yeah,
got your
I
rah-rahs
agree
because
with
you didn't
Jake
get them for the
because
past 2 weeks.
I don't think a man having a perm is considered gay because a lot of pimps did it.
Right. But again, it with that hyper, but it's not something that men don't normally do. Just like when a man wears bell bottoms or his jeans is tight as hell or the way he appears as a pretty boy.
But men
What?
also, it's not normal for a man to get a nose ring, but Tupac did it and he is.
but let's
far.
be honest. That was first done by an African man. African men. Earrings, nose rings, face rings, those were first brought to life by men, not women. That's what people don't understand. Men first wore earrings. Men first wore facial rings, nose rings, and all the other stuff. That was men did that first, and then came women. You know what I'm saying? God, I forgot what I was about to say. What was we just talking?
We're talking about what is considered masculine or what is
Oh,
considered
but you
straight.
see, you said something about bell bottoms. Now you speak about bell bottoms. Are you speaking about the black man? Because white men wear bell bottom, well, used to wear bell bottoms, and it was just
No, we're talking again, we black men, so we're gonna keep it. I only could talk about what I know in my culture, and honestly, I'm sick of this stupid hyper masculinity thing. But again, things from the '70s, like it was always, oh, let me make sure I get an earring, but I'm not gonna get the gay earring. Like what the fuck? Again, okay, this is something Cali. I don't know
okay.
what y'all in Detroit, but it was always, I'll make sure it's the right earring.
I heard
You know,
that.
yeah, it's always something
Now, I do remember growing up when before we started wearing both earrings in our ear, they always did say, "Men, get your left ear pierced. If you don't get one ear pierced, get your left ear pierced, not your right ear."
Right.
So they did say, if you get your right ear pierced, whoa, whoa, you know what I'm saying? But so I did hear that growing up. So that is something.
Yeah, it's just a lot going on, and then it goes back to, so I'm not sure if you're aware of, Dwayne Wade and his son, who is now expressing himself, and they just took a family picture, and in the picture he had on a full set of nails. Folks is up in arms.
Like fake nails, or he had his nails painted.
No, he had a full set of acrylics,
Like
and
he went to the Asians to get them joints.
right, he went to Ming Lee, and he has his hand on his dad's shoulder. But it's so funny because like he's like letting y'all know, but bam, I got my nails done. Because I remember the first time I got my nails done, I just thought I was clicking them and everything. I couldn't. I went to the same place my cousin went to. We went to the same nail shop in Silver Lake. I was just happy to express myself, but I was 16 years old. This was over 25 years ago. My only issue with this, and it's not really an issue because again, I'm gonna say what I say and going about my business. I feel that it's okay. Like the younger you are, when you do adult things comes adult consequences. And me and a few other people talked about that. I personally think anything above 16 is okay. Because if a woman or a young girl were to put nails on at 11 or 12, as the old folks used to say, she being fast. That's my thought. I understand. I personally came out at 16. I'm glad it wasn't a little bit younger because I was a little bit more adapt to take the consequences. Mind you, this is back in 1995. This ain't 2019 where everybody and their mama and their grandmother has something to say about a person and their expression. So I'm okay if Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union set this young man down and said, look, this is what's going to happen. This is a hard life. Just like my grandparents set me down and said, this is a hard life as a black man. And then later on, I got the conversation about what it meant to be a gay black man. But I was more of an adult and had an adult mind to accept those things, people talking about you, people not understanding what you're going through. That's my only gripe with the nails thing. But again, that's not my household. I don't run shit. If he's happy, if his daddy's happy, if his stepmama's happy, why be pressed about it?
Man, if the little dude want to be gay, then let him be gay. If that's what he want to be, then let the little homie be gay. He only, what, 11? How old is he?
How old is
Like 11, 12 years old?
he's young.
Yeah, he don't even
But
know if that's what he going to be yet, though.
Right,
Know
and that's what I'm saying.
Like,
But we put so much limits on what a person should and shouldn't do.
yeah, Desi, I remember you had that perm in high school. I had
Right.
that, don't forget, I had long hair in high school, too. I had long hair, too. So, yeah, man, that stuff, man.
And
All
some of my
this
people,
toxic
Kyrie,
masculinity.
right? And you know that. I mean, we've now some of your questions that we'll ask about that too, about But people need to mind their fucking business. Like people feel so inclined, and again, some people do it as a joke, haha. But some of that shit's very detrimental. There's even people, that like to put up memes, and it was one. Did I show it to you?
What's some memes?
A meme or whatever the fuck.
Oh,
it
me?
was.
Okay. No, I knew what you
Where
said.
it was like a little boy in the bed, and he's like, "Oh, daddy, I'm gay." He was on the deathbed or whatever. In the next little box, the dude was like, "We get pussy in his family," and unplugged the thing from the little boy. That's not cool. And again, I didn't go off or say anything. I'm aware of, and I think this person is watching too.
Chelsea,
which
quit
I'm
hating.
cool. What
Quit
Chelsea got?
hating.
What's
Black
your-
folks got shrinkage, man. I pulled my hair down. It was to the middle of my back with your little hating ass. Be quiet.
What you trying to say? You ain't got long
You don't
hair?
say my hair wasn't that long. You serious? My show. I got pictures. Stop playing with me. Love you.
Here we go. This is your hot seat day, so I'm gonna let you slide. But man, Jake's world is something else.
Man.
Jake's world is something else. Can you sit there? Is that one of the questions for you?
No, that wasn't no question. She was just being
Why she got to be there? Because she said what she had to say about you and her opinion of your perm was not what you was. You going for 3 weeks in a row, Jake?
Oh, man.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, submit those questions, please. 323 577-7630 is the call-in number. Submit them in our inbox or our Facebook page and our Instagram page.
You know what? Ask me what you want. My my viewers can ask me what you want. What? I just want to see your face.
Right.
Ask me what you want. You know, I answer these questions. You know what I'm saying? If I don't want to answer, because it's
There are viewers, Jake.
Period.
way to correct me.
Right. This is our show,
That's right.
even though
I
I'm.
was really just talking about, from, the people that know me. That's what I meant.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah.
But that's not what you said.
that's not what I said. You know what I'm saying? Because in today's time, your words matter. You got to
they
be
do.
precise. You got to be correct. You got to say the same thing.
Well, let's-
Otherwise, it's a problem.
well, going back to words and Dwayne Wade, his wife, Gabrielle Union, shaking things up over at America's Got Talent. She's been one of the judges.
I didn't read up on that. What happened?
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of things. Her contract came for review, and Gabrielle's like, "This ain't cool. This is a toxic environment from the way Simon Cowell does things." And the funny thing about it is that now she's speaking up, and even Howard Stern said that the women on the show are not treated fairly. Every season, the men, Simon, Howie Mandel, whatever, but the women are always rotating. And is Simon to, because he runs everything. So and she brought it up. There was a joke that I think it came about when Jay Leno went on and made a joke about Koreans or Asians who eat dog. And so Gabrielle Union brought it up, and so from there was backlash from it. And so now things are saying that she may not come back. But it happened with Tyra Banks. It may not have been the same way, but whenever the woman, it happened with Heidi Klum. So is there something going on at America's Got Talent with Simon? Like, she wanted to know, why is he, I mean, Simon is Simon, he's smoking cigarettes, but she trying to be a little bit healthy. So when she brought it up, she's now seen as a problem. And it has a history of that with the ladies on that show. And so what's going to happen? So now it's like, so now her contract is in negotiation, from what I understand. And is that a problem when a woman speaks up? Why is she seen as problematic, but a man is always seen as he has his opinion, that's how he feels, or that's the way things are?
Well, can we name a time where a man have spoke up about something even similar to that? Or do they just go with the flow, just let it go, just let stuff go?
It all
I mean, we in a
depends.
time now where, you know what, we got enough women with money and women with power. Start your own show.
That is true. That's another.
Like, really, start your own show. Now, is she wrong? Hell no. Are any of the women wrong? No. Was the men wrong in this instance? Yes, they were. Let me go ahead and put that out there before y'all chew me up. But I mean, like I said in the first episode, women and the LGBTQ community, y'all running Hollywood. They run Hollywood. Start your own show. You no longer need men in Hollywood. You no longer need men. Sorry, you don't. Do it yourself because you're running stuff anyway.
But I don't think it's about. I just had this conversation with my Uber driver. She was telling me, "Oh, I should write a book, or somebody should write a book about Uber drivers and their experiences." I was like, "Why not you? What we need to be the change that we want to see." Just like I'm doing this show because I've seen other podcasts and other talks of people saying they're for the community, and they ain't got shit to do with me. So again, I created my own. That's something that I've been doing since I was in high school. If there's something that you don't like about any given situation, don't complain about it unless you're willing to do something about it. Whether that's finding justice in an injustice way or just something as simple as coming out with your own business. I don't like the way certain French fries are made, so let me do something. Let me figure out how to make French fries the way I want them to.
I mean, Chelsea, good question, but let's just be honest.
Well, what's the question first?
She said, because remember I said there's enough women, with power and, women running Hollywood now. Just start your own show. She said, but why do I need to start my own show? Why can't you learn how to operate within the realms of the people who are different than you? Well, that's just not how it works.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. I mean, it's like, granted, what you're saying, that should be how it is, but that's just not how it works out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, Gabrielle, A-list celebrity, known all over. She speaks up, well, we can end her contract like that. I mean, it's just that's just how it works. But like I said, who can tell Ellen what to do? Nobody.
Not now, but she's done all that. She's played those
What
games
what I, right?
as a white woman
But
and as a
I was getting
same sex attracted
I,
woman.
I was getting to the blacks. Don't
Right.
worry. But um, what I'm saying is women have enough power now. Like you don't need to be. Simon Cowell runs that show. He's been running these little singing shows, these talent shows for over 15 years now. You know, it's been his way. He got the green light to say what he want to say. And let's be honest, we know Simon don't give a damn about no Me Too. He don't care about no Me Too movement.
Right. I'm surprised ain't nobody said
He
no
don't
shit about it.
care. You know what I'm saying? So now that the women got the power, unlike they did 15 years ago, 10 years ago, start your own show. Answer to nobody but yourself.
But
Is
let's
that
make that more general. People in general, we all have the power to. I was watching. I don't have cable. I now see that there is a BT Women's channel with all movies dedicated to women. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I think we come from a place in society now where if you don't like what's being served, then serve it yourself. Whether you're a plus size person, whether you're gay, whether you identify as something different, that's what blacks have been doing from day one. The reason that we have soul food is because the slave owners gave us scraps and we turned it into something different. We're people of taking adversity and making change on it. So then from there, we have the same sex attracted, the LGBT community. Then we have this whole movement with Lizzo and things like that. We all have, there's enough in there, enough in this world for anybody to figuratively eat. You don't have to sit back and take what someone's giving if that's not what you want to do.
how we looking?
Questions, timing? Okay.
Minutes left? Or? Okay, let me just get to the question.
So yeah, so people, again, y'all sitting back and y'all view, and we appreciate you, but you got to have some more participation. If we not liking what you're saying, or if we're saying what you're not liking, then help us help you. Say something. I see we get a lot of views and everything, but we don't have that much participation. So
Well,
tell us what we're doing or how we can make this a better experience for you.
well, no. I mean, I feel like we are. I feel like we get a nice amount of comments and participants with our viewers. Um, but being that we only have like 25 minutes left, let's go ahead and get to these. You down with that?
I'm ready. 'Cause
Let's get to
we-
these
I mean,
questions.
We got
You know what I'm saying,
We got to
y'all?
make it do what it do.
Y'all go ahead, y'all got a question you want to ask? Go ahead, do your thug thizzle. Ask me the question. I'm hit.
So I have this is something I've done in my workshops is deep questions to ask, and I have 25.
Man,
But
you got some
I'm gonna
deep
try
questions. You
to.
can't give me no yes or no question. You gotta get deep. I gotta explain and
You have to work, actor. You have to use your talents and your skills, actor, to do something other than sit and be cute. Sorry. So, but I'm gonna give you what was your first impression? Well, we kind of know what you thought about me, but like when I brought this to you, what did you think? And why did you say yes?
well, I knew it would be different. I actually, to be honest, outside of the time, the inboxes that I spoke of in episode 1 that I got from doing this podcast,
Right.
outside of those ignorant Negroes, I thought that I thought people back home would be like, yo, this nigga Jake then went gay, or this nigga Jake is bi. Nah, Jake doing something with a gay guy, or nah, you know what I'm saying? That's what I thought that would be my reaction, the reaction people would give me. But not really. People know, I go one way. You know, so I felt like as long as I make sure I make that known, episode 1, that I don't have a problem with the LGBTQ community. I don't mean to disrespect anybody by my comments or my views, my opinions or whatever. I felt like everything will be cool. 'Cause people back home know I love vagina. That's it. So there's no if ands or buts about it. There's no other option for me. You know what I'm saying? So if they know that, and I make sure they continue to know that, and then the LGBTQ community don't disrespect me, and that that the community also know that I don't have a problem with you at all. I feel like, why not do the show? Why not do the show? You know what I'm saying? Like my biggest thing is trying to not offend your community. That's my biggest thing because I never know. Like you never know. People never know what's going to offend your community. That is literally that's the hardest thing ever. That's hard because it's always changing. One minute you can say this, one minute you can call somebody this, the next 38 seconds you can't. They want to go by something different. You know what I'm saying? So the hardest part was figuring out, okay, how can I put my words together to not offend this group of individuals? With you by my side, helping me out with that. And I know I know it's sometimes difficult for you because your community is always changing something. I felt like, okay, if I got Armand here, Armand knows I'm not homophobic, so I feel like it'll be a breeze. Why not get up here, make the people laugh, make them smile, make them look forward to something on Tuesday, and then also, let your audience know, like, hey, you got somebody here who's not homophobic. Hey,
Gold star. What?
here goes some. We got like 3 questions right
Okay,
here.
cool.
Go ahead, you ask, I answer.
Okay, it says, why did both of you guys, as black men, just tell me as a black woman it doesn't work as if I don't have firsthand experience? Can you?
I meant that. That's
Okay.
the first question.
Okay. I want to expound on that. Chelsea, can you either call in or give me more understanding of what exactly you're talking about so I can address your question? But
Let
there's
me
an,
give her the number real quick. Chelsea, if you want to call in and expound on that you said, 323-577-7630. I know you're looking for a pen right now, so I'll say it again in 2 seconds. 323-577-7630. Call up and ask that question.
one of the questions is, what is the biggest thing Jake has learned from me or from working with me so far?
What is the biggest thing I've learned from working with Armand? That it's okay to it's like kind of like what I just said. It's okay to do a show like this with somebody of a different sexual orientation. I feel like it's not like I don't have to worry about how I'm perceived or I felt like whew, this is a hard question. It's like, no, I'm joking. Sweating. Nah, I feel like I learned that it's okay, that this person here who he's same sex attracted and I'm opposite sex attracted, but at the end of the day, we still brothers. Like no matter at the end of the day, the biggest thing is he's still a black man. So as soon as he walk out this door, he still got to deal with the same stuff I got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So that's actually the biggest thing. No matter what he likes, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we're black men. And that's hard enough as it is.
Yep.
So if they ain't gonna respect us, we can at least respect each other. Hopefully that answered your question,
Yeah.
Miss Martin.
And if you guys want to ask me that next week, because I'm on the hot seat next week, I definitely have an answer. We got a call coming in. Hold on.
Yes, sir. We got a call, ladies. Hold your and gentlemen,
Hold on.
hold your questions.
Okay, answer. You're on the air with Agree to Disagree Talk.
248, that's Southfield. What's up, Chelsea?
How you know it's up?
What's up?
24. I know the area code.
Okay, well, good for you. I don't. What's up, Chelsea? I'm Armand. How are you today, sweetie? Or excuse me, is it okay to
I
call
am
you
well.
sweetie?
How are you?
I'm wonderful. I use sweetie as just a
Oh,
term,
Lord.
so I don't want you to get offended or anything if I call you sweetie. But how are you, honey? Oh, see, it's just,
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. So explain your question because I didn't quite get it or what part of the show because, we move it in rapid speed. So help me understand a little bit better.
Yeah, no problem. So basically, my question that I posed was, you guys were talking about the whole Gabby Union. situation and how she spoke up about what she deemed to be a toxic work environment, whatever the case may be, and how she became viewed. Her contract came up for review, whatever whatever the details of that was. So what I said was it was more of a rhetorical question and with a hint of sarcasm, like, well, why don't people just learn how to operate in the realms of people who are different than they are? I know that that's not how it works, but
Right.
you guys are kind of like, I felt like you were a little dismissive of what I said. I don't think you entirely caught on to the sarcasm, but as someone who would directly relate with Gabby Union, because I am a Black woman and I operate in, corporate America. I'm a senior account executive and I'm around all kinds of people, but obviously when you're in corporate America, it's bureaucracy. It's a top-down organization. It's white male dominated, right?
Right.
So when I come to work, I have to learn how to pivot. I don't change who I am, but I'm strategic in the way that I act. And so my question is more so, if I'm required to do it just as an individual with strategy, why would someone else not conduct themselves in that same manner? That was more so my question. But I feel like you guys are kind of dismissive of that.
I can only speak for myself. I don't think I was dismissive because I didn't want to go into my whole spiel on being a Black man, being an openly gay man, and being an overweight man. Those are the discriminations we face all the time. If I seem dismissive, or I apologize for that, but I've been on those roads before. I've been fired and let go from jobs where later they was like, oh, because I was a drag queen, I was fired. This was back in the early 2000s. So I know what it's like, and it's not. I wanted to try to bring this instance to a more universal thing, and that's why I mentioned, as Black people, as certain things, we all have to work with people who don't understand, and people think that we're the problem. For me, the best solution is to go out and do our own, and I think that's where you were coming from too, right, Jay?
Yeah. Yes. I don't really have.
Yeah. So if we felt that we were being dismissive, it wasn't that.
No, I
'Cause
don't
we
want
could
you to
go
think I was
on.
being dismissive,
Yeah,
Chelsea.
I
no.
can go on about that topic all the time.
It was just, I guess, the way we was looking at it when we said that's just how it is. I actually had a discussion with somebody about saying those exact words about something similar. When we say that's just how it is, we literally were talking about Hollywood, how it is in the industry, and how it is with men versus women, especially when it's a kind of like a man, a show ran by.
Well, I'm going to need for y'all to operate on a global scale. We don't know nothing about
Yeah.
Hollywood and the lifestyle there. That's not where we at, child.
Right. I get you. And because we have that connection in Hollywood, I would say, and I've been in corporate America, thank God it's been a long time ago, but I also, Hollywood is it's a different ball game. Gabrielle Union, being that she has that name, has a little bit more power. Like, they were talking about it on Wendy Williams and things like that. Like, she's going to be okay. She's not the average woman working a 9 to 5 when she speaks up, although it's still
Yeah, but since you're
oppositions.
Black,
Right.
that not have that.
But I don't think it was a race thing.
Okay.
I don't think it was Simon wasn't
No,
being.
it's a women thing.
Right.
It just so happens that, she's Black in this case.
Right.
Okay.
Well, thank you for calling
I
in.
won't take up any more of y'all time.
No, you're
Of
fine,
course.
sweetie. But again, thank you and again, that's what, hopefully I can speak for both of us in this instance, that we're about clarification. We're here, again, this whole show is put on together to get people's opinion and, again, understand where we're coming from without feeling bad or making people feel, oh, your opinion doesn't matter. So, I'm glad you did call in. I'm glad we were able to clarify that. And again, anybody, whoever has anything that we say, myself, Jake, or us both in general, that's what this show is about. Because too many shows out are one-sided, and they don't want you to speak, or they, So thank you again for that, sweetie. I mean, Chelsea.
Thank you,
I was
Chelsea.
only concerned about your opinion. Jake, know I have him up,
Yeah.
so it's better. So have a good old show.
All right, thank you, sweetie. And you got it. Wait, hold on before you go. Since you know Jake, he's in the hot seat. So give Jake something. Give him something because I've only known Jake for 4 or 5 years. So
Boy, it's been 2 years.
it's not been too.
I ain't
is
been
it?
here 4 years. I've been here 3 years.
Okay, well, whatever.
That was 2 years ago when we worked on set.
Okay, well, 2 years. I'm glad you know how to know. Wait a minute. I'm glad you know numbers and how to keep shit when it come to you. But any other time, you got absent-mindedness syndrome.
No, that's crazy.
But Chelsea, do you got
Ooh,
anything for Jake?
ooh.
Chelsea, don't be asking no questions you already know the answer
You
to.
know,
Do it.
my questions might be appropriate for this show, so I'm gonna let him get off easy today. I'm gonna get off the phone.
All right.
That's my girl.
All right. But you can always inbox me later on and we can have a little session because I ain't
Oh
scared to ask
yeah.
them.
I'm gonna pop back up.
Right.
I'm gonna pop back up. I might get y'all off guard.
All right. Thank you, Chelsea.
All
All right. Bye-bye, sweetie. That's just a natural thing for me. I have to be, because I've done that before, and then this woman went off on me, and I had to back up and say, wait a minute, that wasn't no offense, but I get it. It may be offensive to, so I have to be mindful in my speech, in my openness, and things that I say to a person that everybody may not want to be called sweetie or something like that. So that's what I'm learning.
Jeffrey, what's up, Jeff? What's up, Jeff? Jeff Atkins. I look at him. My boy just popped in. I shouted you out earlier, big dog. Had to put my dog out there, man. What's up, bro? Glad you tuning in, fam.
Do we got questions in the side gallery? Do we have questions in the side gallery? No. Do we have questions in the side gallery? Oh, now it's a different story, huh? Jay, producer Paul.
You guys have already been reading them.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay. Let's see. So, what are your two greatest accomplishments? You got two questions right there. My two greatest we got another question right here, but we'll get to that one after this one. Jermaine Green says, so Jake, what are your two greatest accomplishments? One would be oh man. I'm not gonna say one of them. I'll put that as number 3. That will not be mentioned. I would say moving to LA with nothing. I moved out here just $300, still being here. 3 years later, finding my way by myself, and then I would say my second greatest accomplishment would be. Man, I guess I would say graduating college, but that degree is collecting dust, so I don't really care about that accomplishment. Man, it's like, yo, you don't be these basic questions be like when you on the spot, you can't even think of the answer. I see how girls be feeling when I be trying to get to know them.
Oh my God. What?
You know what? Okay. One of my second, probably not my greatest, but the one that I can really think of would be some of the film work that I've done. Still being able to be in the industry, but a little over 2 years later, and not giving up, still doing my thing or whatever. So I would say those are two big accomplishments. Not my greatest, but big accomplishments.
We've talked about, I think we're both on that same level of being an artist, and that at this point, there's no project that you're not proud of, right?
That I'm not proud of. No. I enjoyed everything I've done. Every single piece of film, whether it was a commercial, whether it was a movie, TV show, every single thing I've done, I've enjoyed.
And that's a big accomplishment, just in general, as artists, as black
Web
men.
series, everything.
It's always somebody testing you. Like, they test your gangster on a regular, making you want to do stereotypical stuff, or making you do the clown shuffle, or and so it's a testament to your personality as well as you knowing yourself as an artist. And again, it's something I earnestly believe in, is it's better to have quality versus quantity. But we'll talk about that
Go
next
ahead. There
week.
go another question right there.
Which one? You want me to answer this?
You can't answer it.
Well, I mean, you want me to ask it. I know
Go
I can't
ahead.
answer it.
Well, you can ask, yeah.
All right. Is there anyone from your past that you didn't get to know intimately that you wish you would have, and it doesn't have to be a sexual way, but maybe you wish you would have tried a relationship with?
Well, yes.
There you go. That's the answer.
Yeah.
You can always,
So
I love when you call in. So
yeah, of course. I mean, come on now, let's just be honest. Everybody, let's just be real. Let's just be real. Everybody got somebody from their past that, you were like, you know what, dang, what if I would have? How would things have turned out? Everybody, I don't think like that, now. But yeah.
did you see this one?
You gotta ask the question.
You what? Okay.
Well, you got look. If my people are asking this
Okay.
question that I've come up with, then I don't. Yeah, you got to ask the question.
Chelsea, have you acted in a this is funny in a pornography? Is that considered work?
Is it considered work? Yes. Have I done it? No.
But I felt that there's something else in there. Not to say that you've done it. I mean, hopefully we've had some good sex where we may consider it pornographic, but it may have been for viewing. But but hopefully.
No.
He said no.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, submit your questions. I guess I can answer anything, so just ask whatever you want. Me and this sparkling cider, I'm gonna sit here and wait. I know some people on here want to ask me.
Oh, this is the good one.
Lauren said, "Hell yeah, that's work. That's work. You getting paid. You sweating.
Well,
you sweating.
Not if you're doing a bad job.
If you're doing a bad job, you're probably not sweating.
Right. Or you may be sweating for others. This is something I've always wanted to, as we're getting to know each other like that. What impressions do you think you give when you first meet someone?
I'm gonna say what I was told, because I think I'm a pretty straightforward, cool cat. But some people say, gosh, when I first met you, I thought you were this real serious dude, very serious. Don't have a goofy side, a fun side to you, stuck up, arrogant. I mean, I've heard it all, but when they get to know me, it's like, yo, you mad funny. Yo, you didn't use me, you mad silly. I didn't know this. I judged you, differently. Like, for instance, like when I'm with somebody, I don't know why I'm like this. I was just talking to somebody about this. I don't know why I'm like this. Like, when we first get to know each other, like when we first meet, you'll probably think I'm a very serious person. Like, I'm a very serious person. But when you get to know me, I'm goofy than a mug. I'm silly than a mug. I'm gonna make you laugh. But when I get around your family, it's gonna go back to that. I'm very quiet. I'm observant. I don't really show my silly side, my goofy side. So, first impression, I've always get like arrogant. Like I said, arrogant, stuck up, serious, mean. I ain't none of those.
Do you work hard to try to dispel those myths?
When I get to know somebody, I mean, if you're not going to be in my life longer than a day, I couldn't care less if you know who I am and what I'm about. I don't care. But if you're going to be in my life for a while, friend, significant other, whatever, homegirl, homeboy, whatever, then you'll know. You're like, yo, okay, yo, you mad cool, bro. You mad cool.
What's one of the? There's another. I'm gonna answer that question, but what's one of the worst things you've heard or you've known that someone said about you that's just totally not true? And what's some of the things that someone says about you that is true?
The worst thing that I heard somebody say about me, I just told you this when I was on my way to Vegas. This this stud, she said I was gay. Not happy gay, like gay.
I think we know that.
Okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm like, okay, she bigger than me. She, am I allowed to hit her? I mean, she got a fade like I do, you know what I'm saying?
And she would catch that fade too.
Yo, I was hot. Oh my gosh, I was hot. Yo, and then that was before I was this Jake. Y'all know that was back when I was like the other Jake, the Jake that had a short temper. But in my mind, I'm like, that's still a female, I don't hit no female. That's still a female, I can't do it. But I was hot. Oh man, that made me hot. And that's back then when you couldn't say nothing. No, you couldn't make no gay jokes, no gay nothing. Now, you out here in LA, when people ask that question, like I get that question on a regular now. But like when I first started, like when I first got here and when I first got in the industry or whatever, and when girls try to talk to me or they want to get to know me on that level, they would ask, I just got to ask, are you straight or are you gay? And I started to realize, like, you know what? That's a common question out here because you never know.
Right.
So if somebody asks me that, I just kind of be like, nah, no, I love vagina. I'm straight, and I always say that.
It's not. You had a question. What? So if you now can talk to that, Jake, because it's not always, and let me speak for myself. It's not always about what you like. It's the way that people perceive people. So what have you learned now that you didn't know then?
When it comes to
People's perceptions, because we all have. I mean, I met you. You was playing a thug, and and so I had my perceptions outside of me, just like doing my job. It's like okay, but we're always going to get tested. People always try to test you. People always try to put their either insecurities or their wants on you. But how do you deal with that now, being in Hollywood?
man, you just asked like 3 questions. um, I got lost in your question, bro. I ain't gonna even sit up here and
Okay.
because you asked 3 questions. I'm like, okay, which one should I answer first? And then it
What?
just
How would you respond to the old Jake when this happened versus now?
how would I respond to the old Jake or what the old Jake had to deal
right.
with?
And what advice or what precautions would you give that old?
Okay, so I'm talking to myself.
Yes.
Basically, just look, don't even. I don't want to talk to that little nigga, honestly, man. I want you to talk to the old Jake. Honestly, man, I want to talk to that dude. You know what I'm saying? And I would just tell him, man, just take life as it is, man. Just focus on you. People gonna have their own perception of you regardless. They're gonna think what they want to think regardless. You don't gotta knock out everybody. You don't gotta want to fight everybody, Jake. You can just be cool. You ain't gotta get turned up, just because somebody say something about you. If you know it ain't true and everybody else know it ain't true, let that shit roll off your back.
Right.
That's what I would say to myself.
Right. You also welcome to ask these to me next week as well too.
I
Question
see
is
we got like 4 questions. We're gonna start with this one from Chelsea.
the very first one or
Yeah,
the whole thing?
this one right here.
Okay. It says, "What is something that no one knows about you?"
Why would I put that next question? Chelsea, come on, Chelsea, you probably know me better than anybody else. Come on, now.
Okay, so what has been your lowest point in LA?
My lowest point. Oh, that's easy. December of last year, I got into a car accident. Now, mind you, I'm here by myself. I don't have no family here. I don't have nothing here. I have me, my car that I worked hard for. I busted my butt for that vehicle, bought it brand new, and then I got into a car accident by somebody who just didn't give a dang about life. And when I was without my car, I was I'm not gonna even say how much money I was in debt going on month 3 being without my vehicle, and then I had to I couldn't make my money, couldn't train my clients, couldn't act. I think I lost so much weight. You want to know why I lost so much weight? Why y'all looking like, dang, Jake, you lost a lot of weight? Because when I was injured, I wasn't allowed to go to the gym. I couldn't go to the gym. My chiropractor told me, you got to stay out the gym. You can't train your clients, all that. So y'all know me back home. I was, that's back when I had all my clients and whatnot. I was depressed, like slight depressed. I was almost depressed. I was on a borderline of depression because I couldn't do what I love, which was, outside of acting, was working out. So I started losing weight. My money was running low, so I couldn't eat as much as I normally would. So I had to monitor how much I ate. And then the weight started going off. Then when I'm looking at my body, and I'm like, dang, yo, I'm not that big buff dude no more. And I'm like, shoot. So to answer your question is just when I lost my car. I got it back now. I got it back like 3.5, 4 months later. But that was my lowest of low. Not even just in LA. That was my lowest in life.
And what did you learn from that?
Not a damn thing. Just I learned that people out here in LA can't drive.
You mean you learned nothing from that situation?
You know what? I learned about my ancestors. That's what I learned. I learned about them. I learned about I learned about something different. I'm not about to get into right now.
Okay.
So
We'll talk. How much time we got, producer Paul? Oh, we got to wrap it up. Well, ladies and
I got
gentlemen,
time
this
for-
was an experiment.
I got time.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
This was an experiment. Try to do something different. Thank you guys for those who participated. Your questions can be answered. Hit up Jake or hit myself up, and they will be answered. Next week is my turn in the hot seat. So I'm looking forward to it. There's some questions on my Instagram or Facebook that wanted to be asked. So I'll forward those over to you. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. This is episode 10. It is beyond a blessing, and I'm grateful for all the people who listen. I'm grateful for the people who don't. End with the final. You want to go first, or you want me? Because that's mine up there.
Oh
so.
yeah, you know I'll go first.
Oh, I know.
Somebody said, Jake, if you say the V word again, I'm smacking you.
Yeah.
All right, a vagina. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, thank you for tuning in. You know we love y'all. We know we keep it thorough, we keep it cool, we keep it fun, we keep it smiling. You know what I'm saying? So, sorry we couldn't get to all the questions. I apologize. I'm sure this will come around again on a future episode. So, like I always say every week, make big problems small, make small problems non-existent. Baby, love, live life.
All right, and thank you guys again. Episode 10. My final thought is that the truth of the matter is that we are not separate from one another, that we're all one thing. Our perceptions and our fragile egos have us to believe that we put people, you're over there and I'm over here. But the truth of the matter is that we're actually one thing, and that's human. If we turn down our egos and acknowledge people in their truth, whatever that is, if we mind our business, if you ain't putting money in your pocket or taking it out, why be pressed about it? Be good to yourself, be good to others. Again, this is a crucial time. Check on your friends, even those friends who are strong. We put on that front, but when we alone, it's a different story. So again, I encourage you all to check on your friends, be that person to call, check on them, because you never know what's going on in their house. The appearance we put on the outside is not what goes on when the doors are closed. Thank you guys again for tuning in to Agree to Disagree Talk. You can follow us on any social media platform, Agree to Disagree Talk. Our streaming sites are up. Hit us up for that information. Again, thank you. Episode 10, episode 11 next week will be my turn in the hot seat, so submit those questions. I'm ready for you.
Real quick, where can they find you?
All social medias Armand, ARMOND, the number's 143.
All right, and you can find me on Instagram, the letter C, Jake Johnson. That's C, Jake Johnson. Or you can find me on Facebook at Jake Technique Johnson, baby.
Peace out. We're out. Thank you guys again so much.